Solar Opposites Season 2 was way better than Season 1. Season 1 felt like Diet Rick and Morty. It was so close to the random aspects of Rick and Morty that it didn't even feel like its own show. I mean, heck, it's even got some of the same writers, as you can see in the promotional video. You see? Like, right there. Season 2 feels like the writers have finally figured out the identity of this show, so much so in fact that I'd argue that it's actually better than the most recent season of Rick and Morty. So let's do a little compare and contrast to figure out why this is now way better than this. Alright class, before we get into this explanation here, I've got to hit you with a few vocab words. This week's theme is styles of writing. First, we have episodic. This is a style of storytelling that has a series of loosely connected parts or events. This means that the characters stay consistent, but the narratives within the show don't have an overarching effect on the universe as a whole. This would be a show like SpongeBob where they have episode to episode not really changing the overall dynamic between the characters. In contrast, we have our other vocab word, serialized. This is a show that has an overarching narrative that carries over from episode to episode, like your Gravity Falls or your Stranger Things. Stuff that happens in one episode can change the events or what can happen in the next episode. Sometimes, however, a show can be so magnificent that it can achieve both of these pieces at the same time. This would be Avatar: The Last Airbender, where you could watch one episode and be able to both look at it as a one-off story and contextualize it in the larger universe. Now this is where Rick and Morty's been failing recently. Rick and Morty tries to be both episodic and serialized at the same time, which doesn't work with the story based off of where the current characters are at in their development arcs. The characters have had so much development through all the other seasons of the show that Season 4 doesn't feel like there's much change between episode to episode with the characters. As well, the fans are expecting these bigger and bigger character developments while the writers are still trying to focus on making the show both funny and have random elements of sci-fi that they haven't explored yet. This is where the beauty of Solar Opposites comes in. Our main cast of the show follows an episodic form of storytelling throughout the show. The Solar Opposites could destroy the neighborhood in one episode, but by the next episode the neighborhood's gonna be fixed and fine for more shenanigans to happen. However, at the same time, they have a B/C plot, depending on the episode, about people living in a dystopian wall society that is in a serialized format. Our boy Yummylack over here takes people that he doesn't like, shrinks them down, and stores them in the wall in the bedroom. So anything that happens to the wall here follows this serialized format and stays the same throughout the rest of the show. So what does this achieve for the audience? The wall story actually helps create this sense of tension for the Solar Opposite side of the story. When the Solar Opposites mess up or cause a possibly world-ending catastrophe, we care about it because we want to see what happens with this B-plot of the wall. If the world's destroyed, we don't get to see the wall plot continue and end. This makes it so that the writers don't have to focus on how the characters are developing and instead lets them just make a funny show. In one of the episodes in Season 2, they make fun of the idea of learning a lesson at the end of every episode. The characters don't learn a lesson and are so starved for a lesson that they use a machine to have themselves learn a lesson. They took the joke so far, in fact, that they actually made a website where you can even learn a random lesson. So overall, I'd give Solar Opposites Season 2 a solid 8. It was really funny and a huge step up from Season 1. If you have the time and a Hulu subscription, go watch it. There's more I have to say about Rick and Morty in specific, however, I have a video planned for that later, so hey, you should hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when that video is made. Surprisingly enough, the subscribe button also notifies you when other videos get made that are not related to either of these topics. So why don't you go down there and hit the button. As well, if you like the video, give it a like, and we'll see you in the next video.